Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis and Arundel County and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, January 12th, 2024. This is John Frenay, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. I am excited, man. Chessie's Wharf, the formal name of that RAR brewing place here at the old Northwoods / Mexican Cafe, held their soft opening last night. So it's on, and I'm psyched. All right, we do have some news, so let's get into it, shall we? First up, the Naval Academy has a new boss. Acting Superintendent Rear Admiral Fred Kacher was relieved of his duties in a change of command ceremony yesterday. Vice Admiral Davids took over, becoming the first woman and the first Latina to serve as the Superintendent of the United States Naval Academy. The close to the public ceremony was attended by Secretary of the Navy Carlos Del Toro and Chief of Naval Operations Admiral Lisa Franchetti, among others. And when Vice Admiral Davids came on the yard this morning, she was just a lowly Rear Admiral. And just before the change of command, she was promoted to Vice Admiral. So congratulations and welcome aboard, Admiral Davids. Turning to the weather, we have a heads up for another low pressure system moving into our region. While not as severe as the recent weather event, it is still expected to bring heavy rain, potential flooding, and strong winds Friday into Saturday. George Young at DCMDVA Weather has all the details, so you want to make sure that you stay tuned for his forecast. On a more positive note, the Junior League of Annapolis is hosting 2 free workshops aimed at promoting equity, diversity, and inclusion in nonprofit organizations as well as businesses. These workshops will be led by Karen Bond, who is an expert in organizational development and change management. The events will be January 25th and February 21st, and all of the details are at jlannapolis.org. And again, these are free to businesses and nonprofits. Hey, art lovers and art appreciators, mark your calendars for the upcoming Paint the Town Gala. It's the 33rd annual fundraiser for the Arts Council of Anne Arundel County. Promises an enchanting evening filled with art, music, and celebration. This year it's at Live Casino and Hotel on May 4th, 2024. I do know that's way in advance and tickets are not on sale yet, but this is a fun night and it is always a sellout. So put that date on your calendar and just sort of put a highlighter in it. As we begin to wrap it up for today, the Annapolis Maritime Museum and Park is gearing up for the 2024 Winter Lecture Series beginning on Thursday, January 18th. My fingers are crossed that they can get the place cleaned up and reopened within the next week. But the lecture series will explore the founding of the U.S. Naval Academy to the thrilling tale of Robert Small's audacious escape during the Civil War. These Thursday evening lectures are a journey through time. They're a lot of fun and very educational. Every Thursday night from next Thursday through, I think it's the beginning of April. For details and registration, you want to go to amaritime.org, and these are free for First Mate members and above, so I suggest you go join. Be sure to catch our local business spotlight with Roman Hardgrave, who had a vision of starting a school, and darn it all, he did it. We spoke with him about a year ago, and now we revisit and check out the Maryland Curiosity Lab in Arnold as they are halfway through their first year. Today on Canines and Crosstreks, we meet Lisa, who is a 12-year-old Maltese Terrier mix. She's an older dog who does have cancer, which is being treated as we speak. But I'll tell you, that does not slow her down or limit the love she gives. Listen to our spot now and then check out eyeonannapolis.net at noon for our irresistible photos and then get all of the information on how you can adopt this special pup and give her the best rest of her life. And again, don't forget that we have our daily newsletter that features only the top local news stories of the day. We send it out to your email inbox at 7 p.m. every night. Yes, that is 365 days a year, all without a paywall. It's perfect for keeping up with the weekend's news since we don't release a DNB on Saturday or Sunday. And here is a link right here for you to sign up, and please feel free to share it. All right, that's it. Now it's time just to say thank you for listening and putting up with us every day. I do hope that we add some value to your world, and if we do, please leave a review somewhere or tell a friend to give us a listen. We also want to thank our sponsors, Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, and Hospice of the Chesapeake. It's Friday. The weekend is here. Now it's time just to say have a great weekend. Be nice to others. Do something fun and keep shopping local. Other than that, we're going to see you on Monday. Now hang tight because George Young from DCMDVA Weather is here with the only locally forecasted weather report you will find. And of course, Canines and Crosstreks. So do hang around for that. All of that's coming your way in just a minute.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be, so you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, January 12th. It's another wintertime weekend for the Annapolis region, and we all know what that means. Time for another wind-driven rainstorm. Look for highs today around 50 degrees, with rain and breezy winds moving in during the PM hours, with rainfall totals likely ending up in the 1 to maybe 1.5 or 2 inch range, with strong southeast winds kicking in later today, and especially tonight, with some gusts of 45 or maybe 50 plus miles per hour as another storm moves by to the northwest, all of which will help create minor and moderate coastal flooding conditions along the bay and other waterways in the region as those winds push more water up the bay, with flooding occurring in downtown Annapolis for much of Saturday, with a period in the morning seeing moderate flood stage level, with temperatures later in the day around 50 degrees. 4 p.m. highs as Saturday skies clear in the PM hours, with much colder air then moving in behind the storm on Sunday, with highs Sunday only around 38 to 44 degrees, with temperatures expected to stay seasonably cold much of next week, with all eyes on some potential snow for Annapolis and surrounding region Tuesday, as low pressure is expected to form in the deep south this weekend and move northeast, possibly just off the coast to the south and east of the Delmarva shore. Exactly where that storm tracks will determine how much, if any, snowfall impacts the area, but one thing that's certain is this time cold air will be in place ahead of the low-pressure system, which inherently increases to a certain extent the overall chances of Anne Arundel County seeing some snow falling from the skies above. So stay tuned for updates on that throughout the weekend and on Monday, as we have somewhat of a legit chance to break our nearly 2-year snow drought. Okay, that's it for today and this week. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day and weekend out there. Stay healthy and be safe, and be sure to follow DCMDVA Weather on Facebook and X for regular updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info, so you can always stay weather informed.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
That can only mean one thing. We're headed to the SPCA of Anne Arundel County with Annapolis Subaru to play with the pups for this week's Canines and Crosstreks, sponsored by Annapolis Subaru. Higher standards.
Well, welcome back to Canines and Crosstreks again. And I guess the first thing I need to ask you, Kelly, is How did the animals survive the storm?
You know, we actually did okay, and we kept our electricity because I know Hillsmere and a couple surrounding areas around here lost their electricity, but we didn't. So that was really good. We were very concerned, and we didn't have any major leaks. Of course, the building that used to leak the most is gone.
Well, yeah,
we know that's gone.
It's a sin.
So that was demoed a long time ago, and that was obviously located on the lowest part. But, you know, obviously the new building and then these two existing buildings did fine. And
so you lost no electricity?
No.
But you lost your voice?
I lost
my
my
voice.
voice.
I was going to say the only thing that was lost in all of this was Kelly's voice.
Like, who is this?
This
right?
actually is Kelly for anybody that's
It's really
listening.
neat.
It's really Kelly.
It's not a bad trade-off.
It's not
Keep
terrible.
the electricity
I would
on
take
and lose
the hit for the dogs and cats any day. And this is actually good.
Yeah.
My voice. Last
Really?
5 days has been much worse. I'm so sorry, Billy. Billy's like,
No, I'm enjoying it.
so annoying.
No, it's nice. Yeah, just talk more.
Exactly.
How did the Outbacks, Foresters, and Crosstreks survive up at Annapolis Subaru?
We did great. We had plenty of ground clearance, and
Yeah.
you know, our rain retention pond filled up rather quickly with all the rain, and all the water that comes from the town center all comes down
behind
Route
you?
2, and it comes down and goes onto our lot, and then filters down through our rain gardens, and then down into our rain retention pond, and then gets filtered
got
down
rain
into that.
gardens?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty impressive.
It's really
Yeah, and we get a lot of.
impressive.
I mean, we're at the bottom of that hill there, and then right below us is kind of a delta that goes out into the South River, and then into the Chesapeake. So yeah, so we're very
Very nice that you guys did.
Wow, that's
yeah,
really great.
yeah. They look really cool in spring because we plant like really nice flowers and stuff in there, and they get
Nice.
huge because they obviously get a lot of water. But this time of year, I mean, yeah, the swimming pool was open.
Let's talk about this little white, not quite a ball of fluff. She's a wiry ball
Yes.
of fluff up on the, good catch. Wiry ball of fluff that you've got over there on your chair.
Yeah, so this is Lisa, and we believe she's like a Maltese Terrier mix. You know, she's all white, as you can see.
That's
And
the Maltese in her. She's a
that's
little taller
right.
than a Maltese.
That's right. And then her little wire hair, which makes her kind of scruffy and really cute. So she's 12 years old, and she just came to us about 5 days ago. She's so friendly and so nice and just a happy girl and really easy. I mean, she's been here in the office and stuff.
Well,
and she's
when I
just
opened the
great
door,
with
she came running and greeting.
Oh, yeah.
Just put her front paws up on my knees like, hey, who are you?
Yeah.
This is cool. Welcome to my house.
And she's super friendly, as you saw, and she gets along great with the other dogs because we have Baby Bop in here and Amy,
Right.
Amy, who loves to bark a lot, but Lisa doesn't. And so they all get along great, and they all have just been hanging out and spending their evenings together here in the office in the days. And she, unfortunately, when she came in, she did have a couple masses, so we immediately did blood work and also, you know, took a few biopsies, and it is showing that she does have cancer. So unfortunately, so we are going to treat her the best way we can and make sure she gets all the medical care.
You
Whether
could
it
have
is,
fooled us, Lisa.
I know, and she has no idea which is the best thing. So we're going to definitely, you know, whatever, if we can remove the masses, we will, and also, you know, she'll see an oncologist and see if there's a treatment plan out there for her.
Well, my fingers are crossed for
I
her,
know.
for sure.
Yeah,
And,
so
you know,
very
she
well
looks-
trained.
She looks like that meme dog where the hair is like
Yes.
sticking out of the,
And usually, like, one ear's up, one ear's down.
you know, and the hair is
Hers are
coming
up.
out
Yeah.
all there. But she is such an incredible dog.
She is sweet. So if there's anyone out there that's, you know, like I said, we don't know what her treatment plan is, but obviously we're going to do one that makes her, you know, very happy. And whatever time she has left, she'll be very happy and comfortable.
Is she adoptable?
Oh, absolutely.
For sure. Yeah. So, I mean, she would be perfect for absolutely anybody.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, before you guys got here, I was roughhousing with her, and we were rolling her on the floor, and she was giving it back. So, I mean, she could
She's
take
a
a little
happy
kid
girl.
as opposed
Someone
to
needs to pick her up and give her a great final chapter in her life.
Yes.
and it
That's
could be a
exactly right.
long time. I mean, it could be very treatable too.
Yes. And like I've said before, we have our hospice program. There's so many times that we have these wonderful people step up and we're like, oh my goodness, you know, we want them to live out their time. You know, they're still in good shape. They just, you know, might be older or have some medical issues that are being treated, but not, you know, curable. And, but then they get to these people's homes that make them so happy. And then they live a whole lot longer than we ever expected, which is great.
That's true.
Yeah. And I'm hoping the same for Lisa.
I mean, honestly, I feel like if Lisa could talk, she would probably sound like you. Like a little hungover. Like,
now you just told everyone why I sound the way I do.
Or did she stay up all night partying? I don't know.
But the partying
in the rain,
singing in the rain,
bailing the water out for the animals. That's what I thought. I was like, man, Kelly must have had a long night in the shelter.
Really hard for those animals last night. I lost my voice.
And I see that Canalita is still here, and this is kind of ticking me off. This is going on 2 weeks now. Come on, people.
We do have more meet and greets coming up. So
do we need a hunger strike to get this dog adopted?
That's right.
I mean, John,
God knows I
go
can use
for
it,
man. I'm not going to do it.
Come see Canalita. Make an appointment to see Canalita. She's really cool. But
that's unbelievable.
What is the deal with the Great Pyrenees mixes that you've got on there?
Oh, all those puppies?
There's like 9 of them or something.
Yeah. And they are gorgeous.
And they're going to be huge.
They're huge. I know. And we still have a few weeks for them before they can even go home, but they're big. And I was back there yesterday morning with them, and the poor mom is, and we have areas that she can get away and have her time away, but all the puppies were trying to nurse, and she's like walking, and they're all these big dogs attached to her. And it's funny because there's just one little one, and this one was sitting back, and there's just one that's a little bit more shy than the others. We're making sure that he's getting his food and everything, but it was just funny. Just a sweet little thing waiting his turn.
How did they come to the SPCA?
They were surrendered to us. So,
gosh.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody had a Great Pyrenees mix and got pregnant with 9 puppies or something like that. And they said,
that's right.
Oh my.
Yes. They're just a lot of fun. Obviously a lot of cleaning, but they're.
When would they be available?
I think they're going to be ready in
to talk
3 weeks.
About another 3 weeks to a month to meet and greet.
So are we going to bring them in and just put them on the conference room table and let them go at it?
Spread them all out. That's who we will feature next week.
Yeah, we need one chaotic podcast a quarter.
That's it. It might be easier to go back to where their pen is than for them to come up here.
Yeah, go to them.
That'll be next week.
Okay,
we can do that. I was looking at a magazine called Torque News, or actually online, and it was praising the Subarus that they went and got the. Very rare for a car dealer or a car manufacturer to get a hat trick with. They were talking about the Wilderness Editions, and they said because you've got the Outback, the Forester, and the Crosstrek, which are all brand new for the Wilderness Editions, and they were saying it's odd for a manufacturer to A, do it, and B, do it well.
Yeah, they've done it. They did it really well, and it's not just for people that plan on taking their car into the wilderness. It's
like
for
me.
Not everyone's going to be out there 4-wheeling and doing all that stuff, but they're actually like a really nice ride on the road as well. And the additional ground clearance is really nice, and the styling that they've done, it's very appealing to a lot of different people.
Well, they were saying that Subaru was saying that on a national or maybe an international level that the Wilderness Editions are really outperforming, not the other ones, but they're just outperforming anything that they've done before. They're very strong, and the Crosstrek especially has done it. And the writer actually, he picked the Crosstrek over the other two. He said the Outback, the downside on the Outback for him was just that it was a little bit more costly. And it's a bigger car, it's a heavier car and everything else. It's a Forester and the Crosstrek said we're so close by price. The Crosstrek tows more and has a higher clearance than the Forester.
3,500 pounds, right?
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that the Forester is probably just a heavier car. That's why the towing capacity is a little bit, or something. Yeah. But it was, and he said, he said, and it cost a little bit less, and it was that was the one he picked. He said he picked the Crosstrek Wilderness. And you guys are collecting coats up at Annapolis Subaru again.
So I was a little off. So we're not collecting coats. We actually purchased a bunch of coats, about 1,600 pounds of them, 2 pallets.
How many coats is that?
It's a lot. It's a lot. I'll let you know what number next time. But we're actually going to be distributing them to the Anne Arundel County Community Action Agency.
Okay.
And it's cool because they're all different sizes. They're all for kids. They're going to come in and be able to get fitted for the proper coats that are going to meet their needs this winter. And it'll be great. So we're going to be dropping those off here in the next couple weeks. And looking to hopefully keep a bunch of kids warm this
you guys
this winter season. Yeah, we try to be. It's called Operation Warm is what it's called.
That is so cool. And when you're a kid, your coat is like, if you feel like wearing it, right? So many kids are like, I don't want to wear my coat.
Yeah.
But
I'm not cold.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not cold.
And then they're freezing.
But it's very cool because it's so important.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially for them to have one that they love and feel good about.
Yeah.
and know
So we're
it's
looking
theirs.
forward to making that drop off, that donation, and seeing the impact that's going to have on the community. It's probably going to take a few cars to get the coats over there. Probably like 3 cents, I believe.
Well, you said 1,800 pounds. I could always pull them in my Crosstreks.
Yeah, we can tow them on the pallets, put some wheels on there.
I know I can pull those.
So these cars nowadays, especially the Subarus, they're very, very safe. They have all the preventive collision assistance. They've got the reverse automatic braking. They've got the eyesight collision avoidance system. They've got the blind spot monitoring. So make sure when you do purchase a Subaru from us, they can usually pull it up from the VIN, but make sure they know all of the safety features, the active safety features that you have on your car, because it should make your premium just a little bit lower.
Save you a little change on the premium.
Yeah, that's great. I'll have to make
Well, I know
sure
we talked
do
last
that.
year about that Subarus in general have lower insurance rates than most other cars in that comparable within their class.
Yeah.
And, hey, if you got a little bit more safety in there,
Yeah.
take the coin.
Yeah. Less likely to, get in a collision.
We need to get a home for Lisa, and her test will be back very soon to find out what her prognosis is. And she's
going to be fine.
That's right. She's going to live forever.
She's going to live for a very long
She's
time.
the happiest thing. She's not nearly as chatty as Amy over on the other
goodness,
side of the.
We appreciate that.
Amy has a lot to say. She's awfully quiet.
Well, they're
right
almost
now.
like brother and sister, it seems. I mean,
Yeah,
it's very
they do.
similar look, but I would say that Lisa has a wonderful life ahead of her. We don't know how long it would be, but she'd be perfect for pretty much any home, I think. Kids or a couple or a single. And
Yeah, no puppy training.
That's right.
Good on a leash.
Yes,
doesn't
and
bark
she's very
a lot.
potty trained. So
Very
that's even
potty
more-
trained.
Very, not just a little
Very.
potty.
I mean, I don't think you've said that about a dog we've had in here, that they're very potty trained.
that's true.
So high
We think she
expectations on the potty training here.
Well, if anybody would like to come and visit with Lisa, which you should, she's just the friendliest dog. She's probably one of the friendliest dogs that we've had here. Well, you had Pappy last week, who was very skittish at first.
Yeah.
And then he warmed up fairly quickly, but not Lisa. No, she's just like, hey, you're new here? Cool. Let me
Hanging
show you
at the
around.
table with us. And then
Happy
next week, we're going to have all the puppies.
Oh, I'm
That's
excited.
next week. Nice.
Yeah.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Well, if you would like to come visit and meet Lisa, AACSPCA.org is where you want to go. If you want to go check out the swimming pool turned into a beautiful garden in the springtime at Annapolis Subaru at 149 Old Solomon's Island Road, you want to go to AnnapolisSubaru.com.
Yep.
And you can also check out all sorts of cars up there, too. And AnnapolisSubaru.com, AACSPCA.org. And Lisa is the name that you want to mention when you come in here. Tell them you heard about her on Canines and Crosstreks. And if she's not your cup of tea, go see Canalita, because
Yeah,
Canalita
she's
needs a
sweet.
home, too.
She totally needs a home.
All right. Well, we will see you guys next week with puppies.
Puppies.
Oh, my God. What did we do?
Have you ever had to wait to get an appointment at the Apple Store? Skip the wait and the line at the mall by visiting Mac Medics in Severna Park or Lanham, where appointments are not necessary. Mac Medics is an Apple authorized service provider. Mac Medics services all Apple devices, including broken iPhone screens and batteries, and all without an appointment. Most iPhone repairs are complete the same day and usually within a few hours. Mac Medics is also an Apple authorized reseller and sell Apple products at the same price as the Apple Store. Visit Mac Medics in Severna Park or Lanham for Apple authorized sales and service, and shop local. Don't wait for help. Call Mac Medics at 410-757-MAX, which is 410-757-6227. It's 410-757-6227. Or visit them online at macmedics.com. You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.